Edge down towards the boundary for 4, but fortuitous boundary. Hit the edge of the bat, but lucky thing for him, it went between the gap and into the boundary for 4 all along the ground. Is nice shot, back of a length and slashed away. Nice shot, that could be the first boundary. Yes, it is. Down behind, backward point. Lovely shot, giving himself room, Chandapal, and swatting it away. Glorious shot for 4.
With an offer this time from Odin Smith. First delivery.
There's a lot to look forward for. 2, I should say.
Edged again. Fortuitous shot again, but this time it will go into the boundary, just trickling in and down to the boundary for 4. So another fortuitous boundary, and the bowlers are getting the batters to make mistakes, but they are not doing it often enough. Good start by Guyana, 37 without loss.
Loves to do spot bowling as well.
Down the legs.
From Guyana, Tijar and Chandapal.
I can see why the question was asked, because Nandu did come across quite a bit to me. This one is a little bit more straighter, and that one is given. Odin Smith strikes. Tage the Ryan goes. Odin Smith takes the first wicket, and it's LBW here. Guyana lose their first wicket, 55 for 1 in the 20th over.
Good delivery. And this time around, Tage the Ryan Chandapal coming across the stump. And pitch in line and impact in line. An excellent decision, but credit to Odin Smith. He gets the breakthrough, a much needed one for the Scorpions. And Tijar and Chandapal has to go. Disappointed, but he has to go. And Guyana lost wicket number 1. And it's 55 for the loss of 1.
And even left arm pacers.
Full toss, and that smack through the mid-wicket region. A bit of a freebie there, and you don't give that to Kevlon Anderson. And that will be the first maximum of the match. 6 for Kevlon.
So meat and drink for the Barbician, and he capitalized on it and hit it out of the park for 6. So the first 6, and he is now gone.
That's a nice flash by Kevlon Anderson, and that will run close to the third man boundary, opening the face of the bat, and a little bit of a loose wide delivery there from Odin Smith. Kevlon Anderson, in the former years, he's not going to miss out. A gorgeous 4.
Yeah, too full, too wide, and he just slapped it away and down to the boundary for 4. And you can see the evidence now of the brilliant sunshine in the first session.
That's 70 odd runs as well.
Nice try, beautiful shot by Kevlon Anderson, straight down the ground, as straight as you would like. 4 runs, and that brings up a delightful 100 for the Guyana Harpy Eagles. They move on to 102 for 1, just the loss of that 1 wicket. A beautiful shot here by Kevlon Anderson.
Over-pitch delivery from Jermaine Blackwood. Well, look at that for a shot. High elbows, and the control was brilliant, and the result is magnificent. He gets another boundary. As I mentioned, the 100 comes up in the most convincing form. In over number 43, and 1 wicket down for the RP Eagles. And Jermaine Blackwood not yet registering a wicket in his 6th over.
Flashed by Kevlon Anderson. He gets it past that field at backward point. Will it run into the ropes? It certainly does indeed. Back-to-back 4s there from Kevlon Anderson. I'm not sure. We'll have to look at the replay. Let's have a look at the replay on this one. I think the fielder may have made a bit of a mess of that one, Penny.
Yes, Odin McCarthy at backward point. And I think this delivery was short. It was wide. It was begging to be hit. And Kevlon Anderson, in his form of his life, and the 50 partnership comes up with that boundary as well. 51, and from 141 deliveries.
And look at the contributions there. 37 from Kevlon Anderson. Just 12 from Matthew Nandu.
That's a loose shot again by Anderson. It's going to give him 4 runs though. They call that a French cut.
It is a French cut.
Why do they call that a French cut?
Excellent question. Well, look at this. Playing away from his body. And inner portion of the bat. Short down the leg side. And all Kevlon Anderson had to do was get it to the right of that fine leg fielder. And he
That's-
gets a welcome boundary as well.
Nandu, that would do his good, his confidence the world of good. That boundary from Nandu.
Indeed.
That's not total control, but it ended up where he wanted it. Not as fine as he wanted it though, but a boundary is a boundary. And that boundary brings up his half century.
A third half century in first class cricket
Yeah,
For-
5 fours and a 6.
for the
Yo.
impressive Kevlon Anderson with an offer this time from O.J. Shields. As I mentioned, not where he intended, but maximum result, a boundary, and brings up his third.
Lovely shot down the ground, and it's gone one bounce into the boundary. Deliberate shot, up and under. Saw the man was at mid-off, and nobody on the long off boundary. Played the shot, great confidence, and he's gone now to 50.
That's up in the air. It's a bit of a top edge. Did he get enough on that? We'll run down to the ropes for. Wait for the umpire signal, and it actually gets all the way for 6. I thought he actually miscued that.
That was nonchalant, effortless.
Yeah.
Just pushed it over the boundary for 6. Almost a Carl
it
Hooper
really
like.
was.
And the boundaries are coming fast and furious. Short and pulled away. But that was a bad ball. That almost a long hop.
That was a half tracker. If there ever was a half tracker.
Keeping low. That was a rare ball that kept low. But you've got to be careful when you play those horizontal bat shots.
That's a safe push down to long on, and that will be his 50 for Matthew Nandu. He scored really, really hard. He acknowledges it immediately, and I'm sure the Guyanese dugout is absolutely delighted at what they're seeing here.
Yes, his third half century from 50 balls. No, from 100 and how many balls? We saw it on the screen just now. And this is the replay we're seeing. Easy push into the onside. His third half century from 117 balls. So a long vigil.
Swept nicely by Kevlon Anderson. He gets it fine enough, and that runs into the rope for 4. Beautiful shot by Kevlon Anderson. The ground staff will have some fun in retrieving that ball for the player. There was a wayward delivery again from Tamari Edward. And Anderson in the form he is in, he is not going to miss out at all. He marches on. Absolutely brilliant innings so far.
And that's one of his favorite shots also. He's a 360 player, scores all around the wicket.
That's not a bad delivery. Actually, no, it swept through the mid-wicket region. Tossed it up a little bit, but a little bit too full there from Tamari Redwood. And Anderson swept strongly through the mid-wicket region for a delightful 4.
Poor delivery from Tamari Redwood on the line of the leg stump with no feeler.
Tossed up again. This time he wings that into the mid-wicket region. Cow corner, you would call it. 4 runs. And is that into the 90s for Kevlon Anderson? It certainly is. He marches on with that full toss rank from Redwood.
Poor delivery, full toss on the line of the leg stump, and easy pickings.
Full toss again. This one, he does not waste that at all. Second bite of the cherry, and Nandu sends that cherry to the ropes for 4. Tamari Redwood, he's a young fellow, so you learn after today, but it's been a hard day at the office for him.
Full toss outside the off stump. No sweep on the cover boundary. All he had to do was get a button ball. He did. And he picked up another boundary. And the partnership builds. And the Guyana Harpy Eagles up to 192 now for 1.
Yeah, all of a sudden, they marched on to 192. Wow, where did that come from, Penny? He goes for it again. Is it appeal for what? They're appealing. And the umpire, I think, at square leg has given the wicket for a stumping. We'll have a look at that one. Is that the end of Matthew Nandu? And it seems to be so, unfortunately. 192 for 2. Tamari Redwood strikes.
Sharp work by the impressive Aldine Thomas. A big booming drive. And jog the leg. And Aldine Thomas as quick as you get them. And jubilation for the Scorpions. A much needed wicket. But credit again to Aldine Thomas. A big wicket for the Jamaica Scorpions. Tamari Redwood getting in the act, but smart glove work from Aldine Thomas.
Yeah, tremendous work there from Aldine Thomas. His foot was out and he quickly had the bails off. Well, we're not sure. We're going to keep you informed. There's 98 from 152 balls. So he's 2 away from what would be his second 100 in this season and 4th overall. So that's his 100. He was, in fact, you're right, he was on 99 and now he's on 100, exactly 100. Fantastic knock from the man from Berbice. 100 not out to Anderson, his 4th in all and his 2nd for this season.
A magnificent innings, a well-constructed innings from Kevlon Anderson, batting at number 3, and he batted like a man with a mission, and he comes up chumps with his 4th first-class century.
And that century was well compiled from 154 balls, 10 fours and 2 sixes. That's a good ball. It went straight past the bat. Might have been the arm ball or the drifter.
I think it's a drifter. There's Ellis line on the way through. Good delivery from Barnes. Not to overlook this innings from Kevlon Anderson. Outstanding.
Yeah, batted superbly. Of course, there were less distractions. Good delivery and cut away down to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, beautiful shot. Up on his toes there was Tevin Imlach. A bit of width offered by O.J. Shields, and you know with the pace that O.J. Shields is coming at, you have all the time in the world, or you have all the power in the world to get that down to the ropes before. Really, really nice shot there from Tevin Imlach.
India toured the West Indies and beat West Indies in a one-day game. It's a good delivery, a loud appeal, and you could see the frustration on the faces of the Jamaicans.
But the wicket has actually been given, so Tevin Imlach is LBW to Redwood, who strikes again. Let's have a look at the replay on this one. Tevin Imlach was very unhappy with the decision. Well, I certainly could have pitched on middle and leg and then straight in, so it was a brilliant delivery nevertheless. And Tevin Imlach has to go with the score at 226.
That's why I was amazed that the fielders had smiles on their face, the expression, not knowing that Kevlon Anderson was given out. So he walks back to his pavilion dejectedly.
Edged. Is that taken by Aldine Thomas? And it is. It's a brilliant diving catch there. The Wicketkeepers Union is rejoicing. Wonderful take there by Aldine Thomas. And that's the end of the 4th wicket. Kevin Sinclair goes 235 for 4. The Jamaica Scorpions are storming back in this second session, in this 3rd and final session, as Odin Smith takes his 2nd wicket.
And the Jamaica Scorpions anticipated to sting Guyana Harpy Eagles. The claws are not there as yet. That's a very good catch. Pitched and taken low down to his right. Excellent catch by the keeper. And Sinclair, who we've been talking about so much, has to go back. And as I said, the pendulum is swinging. We're talking about Guyana score tomorrow and declaring. I said if a couple of wickets fall, then Guyana could be bowled out. And they don't want that to happen. Jamaica would love that to happen.
And there's that man, Ronaldo Ali Muhammad, striding to the crease at the number 7 position. That's a nice hoik. It's up in the air. The catch is taken. That's the end of Ronaldo Ali Muhammad. It's been a short-charmed innings. Daniel Beckford, interestingly, takes the catch there. And that's the 3rd wicket for Odin Smith. 240. I'm not sure what the score is. I think it's actually gone to 250. So it might be 250 for the loss of 5.
I think the short delivery before from Odin Smith had Ronaldo Ali Mohammed in some problems, and then the follow-up delivery, a short delivery, but a well-judged catch by the substitute fielder in Daniel Beckford. A third wicket. You're absolutely correct. And let's see how on day 2 goes in the 4th round fixtures. But credit to Odin Smith. He bowled extremely well. And Kevlon Anderson, as I mentioned, excellent.
A lot will depend on Kemal Savory tomorrow. Of course, Moti, as you said, with a first-class century. Parmal Kanbati got 90 not out. Also, Thaddeus Lovell has 50s in Guyana's club cricket, and Niall Smith thinks he can bat. So, so we got tomorrow by lunch. We'll see how the match goes.